Hello, Internet. I have a very important question for you guys. Do you guys like my outfit? Okay, now all joking aside, this video is probably not going to make sense to a lot of people, and therefore might be boring to those people. So I'm just going to throw in a bunch of random stuff right now. Random stuff. Random stuff. This includes pictures of John Green and David Levithan from the book signing I went to on Monday night. The rest of this video is going to be about sound waves. Are they gone? Okay, awesome. But it actually is about sound waves. Alright, so our first slide shows a waveform and spectrogram of someone saying the words
Go.
Though there are 3 words, we can only see 2 distinct parts of this sound bite. To give you an idea of the layout, the he ends at about 0.173 seconds, and the go is the loud wiggly second part. We see no gap between will and he because the tongue doesn't have to move very much to change from one to the other. What causes the gap you see in the middle is the tongue repositioning itself for the next word, go. Now, zooming in a bit to the vowel sound O in go, we can see a bit more detail in the sound wave. This is a section spanning from 0.3 to 0.4 seconds along the timeline. Within the highlighted area, we can count 13 major peaks in the sound wave. This means the sound wave for the vowel repeats itself 130 times per second. Keep that in mind as we move on. So we have gained a new box above our sound wave, filled with dots in a row. That shows the pitch contour. Mostly what we're interested in is the rising dots at the end of the line, where the red bar is at. And they tell us that the contour of this utterance is rising. That's because this is a question, and that's how we make our questions obvious in speech, where we lack question marks. Now remember when I said the vowel O in go repeated itself 130 times a second? Don't just take my word for it. The software of this program backs me up. The new box reading column 0 mean shows that I was pretty close in my estimation, as this box is telling us that the fundamental frequency is 131.31 blah 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 blah. Alright, now it's my turn to record myself saying the words seed, said, and sod. These 3 words all have the same end and beginning sound, but the middles are different vowels. Here's a lovely picture of where those vowels land in a placement chart thingy. Let's move on to a waveform. So here we have 3 bluish blobs of sound. You'll notice a little cliff of blue hanging off the left of each blob. That's what the sound S, as in S, looks like in a spectrogram. The sound rises to above 4,000 Hz and is more wiggly looking than the rest of the blob. S isn't a very stable sound. It's pretty much just noise. Okay, almost done here. Oh my god, another new box. This one has a lot of cool lines in it. The different colored lines show the different frequencies that pretty much make up each of these sounds. Let's just focus on the red and green ones. The red is the first formant, and the green is the second. We can see across the 3 words that the first formant gets higher as the tongue actually moves into lower positions to produce each word. And the green? Yeah, it gets lower as the tongue moves back in the mouth to produce the words. This chart pretty much represents, in theory. The placement of the vowels in the chart correlate to the backness and highness of the tongue in producing each different vowel sound. I hope this wasn't too boring for you guys, but maybe you learned something? Nah? Here's a picture of Lena eating kanji to make you feel better. Yay! See you tomorrow.